So here we are, we've made it to Chester Zoo. It's late afternoon now and there's a lot of snow on the ground, so I doubt the elephants are going to be outside. So what we're going to do is go straight into the elephant house, see if we can find Andy and meet this new arrival.
I ended up being very lucky last night where my time slot, all the action happened just about 5 minutes after I logged in to start watching, so I was very fortunate.
And so what time was that? What time did you?
I logged on at 10:30, so one of our other staff, Emma, here had just logged off and she hadn't really seen anything in particular, and by 2:55 we'd started to see some fairly active labour signs, so yeah, very lucky, very pleased with myself.
Fantastic, yeah, no, good for you. So take me through it then. I can see you've got the camera paused here just as you came onto shift, just past 5:30, so talk me through what happened.
Yeah, so we're at about 10:40 now, so for the last 5 minutes or so I've seen some fairly active labour signs. She's been squatting a little bit, she's been leg pushing to try and find that comfortable position. You know, there's obviously something going to happen, so you know, by this time we're well on the way, so we know it's about to happen. Just where we're paused at the second, we have a bulge appearing under Satami's tail, and so this is the baby actually moving into what we call the vestibule. It's moving into the canal that basically takes it from its fetal position out into the big bad world. So obviously the tension started to raise. You can see the whole family unit has gathered round. You know, they all know that something's going to happen. Those older cows that are in there, they know what's happening. You know, they're just waiting. So you can see Satami here now. She's squatting quite heavily. You know, she's pushing. So you know, at this point the baby's very imminent. You see her tail's high in the air.
So this is her kind of in the foreground.
This
here.
is her there.
Yeah. Oh, the tail's really up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she's having to push pretty hard there. So that's the baby actually been born now.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
So we can see all of the amniotic fluid draining out through the sand. Yeah. There's all sorts of stuff there. So the two elephants that we have here, this is grandmother and mother.
Okay.
And they're both gathering around the baby. They're giving it a bit of a kick. They're leaning down to have a look at it, have a sniff at it.
What's the kick for? It looks almost violent. Well, what are they kind of doing now?
The baby's covered in a sack, so they partially take the sack off, and they give the baby a bit of a kick to stimulate it, and also they're very agitated. You know, they're very excited about the whole process. So there is a degree of tension in it for them. So that, you know, some of this leg kicking that you see is their frustration or their excitement coming out. It's a really positive experience for the animals. You know, a lot of elephant behaviour is learnt, and a lot of the behaviours that we'd be looking for the young females that we have at the minute are learnt in circumstances like this. You know, they need to be around it, hear it, smell it, and you know, learn from what their mothers and grandmothers, aunties are doing.
But is there any danger of having too many midwives around, if you like? Do they get in the way, or?
At this particular time, you know, you'll see it's almost everybody's welcome. You know, so everybody's round and everyone's smelling and sniffing and just seeing what's going on. But as we move through the footage, you'll start to see that that's not always the case. Tai and Satami will manoeuvre themselves around just to keep the two younger elephants that we have away. Obviously they're very interested in what's going on, but they'll be told in no uncertain terms that it's not their time yet.
Yeah.
And over time that settles down, and you know, once the tension's gone out of the group, they start to drift back in a little bit, and they're allowed to sniff and they're allowed to be around. It's almost on its feet there. You know, it's up on its front legs.
That's so quick. That's
really quick.
3 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And it's almost up already. That's amazing.
I mean, even for us, this was a fairly quick experience. You know, to see it up and well and standing on its feet.
That's obviously, you know, vital in the wild. For survival, you need to get up when you're small and vulnerable as soon as possible.
You know, from our point of view, where we're trying to recreate something that's very natural and very normal for the elephants, to have it happen in those sort of circumstances is very gratifying from our point of view. You know, we're very pleased about it. You know, now that we've had the birth, it's not the end of the tension. You know, the tension carries on, and you just want to try and make sure that everything's going the way that you expected it to.
But a strong start from that baby. I mean, you know, like you say, it was up and standing within 3-4 minutes of being born, and that seems to me like, you know, a pretty good start to life.
If we had written down what we would have hoped best case scenario would be, then we pretty much hit it last night. We were over the moon with it. It's a great addition to the Highway family.
Fantastic. So thanks for showing us that CCTV. That was amazing to see that happening in real time. We're back down here in the main house now, at the end of the baby's first day. What happens next? What happens over the next few weeks and months?
We'll just move into a sort of monitoring thing where we want the baby to be nourished, so we need to monitor that it's being suckled properly. We need to make sure that it's not being pushed or bullied by any of the other elephants. But we're fairly confident that we've got such a nice little group there that the next month or so is just going to be a learning experience for that little baby. There's a whole new wide world to explore, so lots of different things to happen to it basically, and lots of different things for mum to learn along the way as well. So
yeah, a lot of learnings to be done. But thank you very much for showing us all this. It's been a real privilege to come down and share this experience with you guys at Chester Zoo. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Well, what an incredible day we've had. From that phone call first thing this morning saying that Satami had finally given birth, and that rush, mad dash up the motorway to be here to meet this amazing new addition to the herd. Such a tiny thing, but right now it's been really hard for us to get any clear shots. It has been suckling, we can see it's up on its feet, it all looks well. But Mother Satami and Grandmother Tai are being really protective. They're keeping it within their kind of sea of 8 legs. So it's been hard for us to get any clear shots, but we will be back in a few months to try and give you guys an update.